Hello, welcome to Biography TV. If you're new here, please subscribe and turn on the notification so you don't miss our next video. Biography of Denis Sassou Nguesso. Denis Sassou Nguesso of the Republic of Congo, that is Congo-Brazzaville, has had the rare opportunity of serving as president for more than 5 terms altogether, first from 1979 to 1992, then from 1997, and still in office as of year 2020. Is it that the gods of political power have adopted him as their only begotten son and given him the right to rule? A closer look at his life will provide us with some answers. Sassou Nguesso was born in Edu to parents of the Mbochi tribe in northern Congo in 1943. He had his primary education in Fort Rouge, then his secondary education between 1956 and 1960 at Dolisie Normal College. The course of his life changed when he joined the army in 1960, as it formed the basis of the heights he would later attain. He excelled as a young recruit and was sent for further training in Algeria. When he returned to Congo in 1962, he was promoted to the rank of second lieutenant. He proceeded to France for further training and graduated as a lieutenant. He continued to rise up the ranks in the army, becoming a captain, then commander, and colonel in 1978. Nguesso rose all the way and finally in 1989 became a general. As was quite common in post-colonial Africa, the army was never far from the politics. Sassou Nguesso has been active in the politics of Congo as an army official. He participated in the military coup that brought in Marion Ngouabi to power in 1968. He was also a founding member of the Congolese Party of Labour, PCT, which was founded in 1969. 10 years later, in 1979, he was chosen by the Military Committee of the party, CMP, to become president after Yombi Opango was forced out of power. From 1979 to 1991, he served 3 terms as president. From 1986 to 1987, he was the chairman of the Organization of African Unity, now African Union. As pressure began to mount for democracy to be introduced, he announced in 1990 that new political parties were permitted to function in the country. All the while, the only party was the ruling PCT. In February 1991, a national conference was held and somehow the opposition took control of the conference and succeeded in clamping down of Nguesso's powers. In the conference, which lasted till June, Andre Milongo was chosen as prime minister and was given executive power to take charge of the transition government as the country prepared for democratic elections the following year. Sassou Nguesso remained as a figurehead president. He was even prevented from traveling outside the country without the approval of the transition government. When the elections held in 1992, Nguesso finished third as the PCT candidate with only 17% of the vote. Pascal Lissouba of the Pan-African Union for Social Democracy (UPADS) emerged winner and became the first democratically elected president of Congo. Sassou Nguesso left the country for Paris, France in 1994 and was there for 3 years. Still very keen on coming to power once more, he returned to Congo in January 1997, intending to contest in the presidential election scheduled for later that year. In May 1997, violence broke out between Nguesso's militia supporters known as the Cobras and government forces. What began as a small disturbance soon went into a full-blown civil war. At first, the government forces seemed to have the advantage in the war, but by October, the advantage shifted to Nguesso's forces no thanks to the support he got from Angola, who sent in troops into Congo. Soon, Nguesso took control of the entire country and declared himself president. He was sworn in on the 25th of October, 1997. Although the war continued to rage on, the new government forces controlled most of the territories. It was not until December 1999 that peace agreements were signed. In March 2002, fresh presidential elections were held and Nguesso won with almost 90% of the votes. Although the elections were peaceful, there were no serious oppositions as the former president, Pascal Lissouba, and another strong contender, Colelas, were prevented from contesting. Nguesso, having served 5 terms in total as president, also had a second shot as chairman of the OAU from 2006 to 2007. He seemed to have special opportunities to have multiple shots at the highest leadership positions. Nguesso made international headlines in 2006 for very ridiculous reasons. In September of that year, he attended a United Nations General Assembly meeting with a large entourage, which included several family members, which occupied 44 rooms at the prestigious Waldorf Astoria. The cost of their stay amounted to £130,000, besides other expenses like room service, which was about £14,000. The amount was more than £106,000 the country received from Britain as humanitarian aid that same year. His son too is not left out in the wasteful spending of public funds. In 2007, the British NGO Global Witness released documents on its website that revealed Denis Sassou Nguesso may have used funds derived from the Congo state oil firm to purchase items worth $35,000 from designers such as Louis Vuitton and Roberto Cavalli. But since some animals are more equal than others, no serious steps were taken by the government to investigate, and Denis remains very active in Congo's politics. Nguesso was yet again re-elected in July 2009 after the presidential election that was largely boycotted by the opposition. While the opposition criticized the entire election as not truly reflecting the will of the people, Nguesso hailed it as guaranteeing the continued peace and stability of the country. If there was a need to show proof of the addictive nature of power, Nguesso becomes a perfect example. Towards the end of his second and final 7-year term since the return to democracy in 2002, he announced in March 2015 that a referendum to change the 2002 constitution would hold so that he would be allowed to run for a 3rd term. This proposal received the approval of voters, even though the turnout was quite low. The opposition called for the cancellation of the results because of the low turnout, but their cries were ignored. Sassou Nguesso's 7-year 3rd term is expected to run till 2023. Time will tell if he will again find a way to stay in power. What have we missed out of this biography of Nguesso? Let's know in the comment section. Will it be ridiculous to subscribe to our channel? If no, please like this video, share, and subscribe to our channel.